Hi, everybody. Second week of devotions for the coronavirus. I kind of hate to call these the coronavirus chronicles, but we're we're going to do some devotions anyway this week. And one of the things that we did last week, we started Monday with just some questions to discuss, and even today, I want us to think about four questions just to consider. You may want to listen to them, maybe want to go back and just stop after each question. And as you're sitting around your dining room table or around your living room with a TV dinner, whatever your situation is, just stop and consider each of these questions. As we looked at the message this morning on Paul arriving in Rome, we mentioned the fact that God used some really unexpected means to get him there, but God accomplished some unmatched results in that whole process. And so our first question is kind of around that idea of just looking at your own life and asking that question of where have you seen God using unexpected means to accomplish some unmatched results in your own life. And maybe that's even in the midst of this whole crisis situation and the self-isolation. But think about that question, kick it around, and I want you to also think about a second question. The second question is, the fact that we used a movie image throughout the sermon this morning. And as you think about a movie, what if you put yourself playing the part of the Apostle Paul? You can be the starring actor in our movie, okay? But I want you to just imagine that if you look at all that Paul went through with a riot, with being thrown in a jail cell, probably almost torn apart by the crowd, on board a ship, even shipwrecked at one point, those were pretty unusual means that God used there. And as we think about that, I'd like you to just stop and imagine what you would have been considering in the midst of all of that. And I guess the basic question is, in light of that, how would your faith be shaken? But there's a second question. How could your faith stand firm and even grow in that? And I think that's an important question to ask. So that's our second question of the day. The third question that I want us to look at is, now after all of that, and you're now sitting in Rome as that main character in our movie, okay, playing the Apostle Paul, and you're looking back over the course of all of these events, how are you feeling about all of that? And what does all of that tell you about the God that you proclaim, the God that you worship, the God that you love? Last of all, there's a fourth question to consider. Very simple, practical question, and that is, how can you surrender your will to God's plan and let it all play out according to his will? Those are four good questions. Kick them around this week. Maybe you want to do that today, but spend some time together. Leverage the best of this coronavirus outbreak, okay? Have a great day. God bless. We'll see you later.